And if I ask, would you swallow me? You know, I ain't kidding. Please, please, swallow me. Well, the van broke down about an hour ago. I thought
Well, good evening, everyone out there in La La Land who's tuned in to another live broadcast from the Duncan Showroom, bringing you some great Canadian talent. People that you wouldn't normally hear or see because they just don't get on the major radio stations. I mean, I've been listening to Aerosmith so much, I forgot to get old, you know. But, you know, there is some great music being made in Canada, and we like to present them all. And tonight we're very fortunate for all you poor people at home who didn't think about coming down. You can't come down anyway because we're sold out tonight. Yes. And as much as you guys think that's a great idea, it's like putting sardines in a can after the can's been there. Like, you know, trying to get everybody in here becomes a challenge. Half house, that's not too bad. 2/3 is pretty easy because everyone finds their own seat. Now I got to make sure everyone feels comfortable and gets into their proper place. So I want to thank everyone for doing up how you had to do it. Some of you can't sit together, but that's okay. You'll figure out how to talk. Oh, by the way, there's going to be 2 sets tonight, so I can sell a lot of popcorn. I can sell a lot of popcorn. There's going to be popcorn during the intermission. Good, glad to hear you got that. Some information before we get started for tonight's show for the people in the house. 39 Days of July is coming along really marvelously well in the programming of it. Friday night we had the band, Jay Stevens and the Chosen Ones. You can go back on YouTube and watch that one. But they're the band that's going to be the first band in the city square this year for the 39 Days of July. And then the band that played last night, Rain Shadow Owl, is going to be playing on July 5th. And this band tonight, the Hounds of Cuchulain, I knew I'd get it sooner or later, will be actually performing on July 4th in the city square on a Friday night. So tonight you're going to sit back and listen. Then you'll be able to get up and dance. But you can dance in your chair. You can see the heads bobbing. Make yourself comfortable, you know. Feel good. This is quite a treat for us. We had them here just a while ago. And I said, no, we'll get a full house. Well, let's do it again. So they said, sure. And sure enough, we got the full house. I really liked that. I want to thank the Citizen for being so generous with their information about this show tonight. I really appreciate Chad Cosson. He's the new guy in town working the arts and cultural section. So keep an eye on the Citizen. He's doing a real good job. He highlights what we do for the month of each month. He does that for the Osborne Bay Pub, and he does that also for every place in town. The Folk Guild and all that. He gives them that chance to know what's going on, right? So it's really nice to see a paper getting behind the arts and cultural section. And someone brought up an interesting point, and this is not political, but someone put it on Facebook, and I kind of liked it. If you take a look at what Justin Trudeau did for the arts and cultural sector and how he put a lot of money into that and raised it up after COVID so that it actually is considered a part of the community, that it does generate not only capital, but it generates a good feeling in the community. It was really good that that got done because the 39 Days of July is doing exactly what I wanted to do, and that's to bring the community together. Everyone here enjoy that show? Yeah. You know, I was 60 when I started that. I was a young kid. I tell you, it gets harder every year to get. Oh, I'm not going to do that one again. Sorry, Georgia, I won't do that one again. Was anybody there for the Black Tie Award that we received? Yeah, you were there. There was that point when I stood on stage and I said, you know, after all these years, it's really hard to get it up to speed, but I forgot to say speed right away. I took a breath. And that's when everybody in the room, there was dead silence, and then there was laughter, and I realized what I had done. Did a little walk around, came back, and said, that didn't happen. Yeah. But anyway, we don't want to stay up here too long because these guys want to have some fun. It's a very large band. And, you know, and one of the things I want to bring point to is, as I said in the paper, too, was that the Irish, the people from Ireland have lived a hard life with the potato famine and all those other things. If you take a look at where they are, it's not the best of weather. It's a hard go. It's always been a hard go for them. But music has always been their answer on how to bring their spirits up and how to stay elevated and not let go and not give up. And that's pretty cool. And even Sean McGowan, if you take a look, some of the stuff he wrote, he's one of the great writers. Now, I heard someone say that there was a night when Sean was playing in New York, and someone who was with me said they had been there, and in that room was Joan Baez, Bob Dylan, and Joni Mitchell. That's the caliber of writing that Sean McGowan did, and that's what we have to accept. And tonight we're going to have ourselves some real good fun with the Hounds of Cuchulain. Let's get up to the stage with a big welcome, please.
How y'all doing this evening? Good? You guys ready for some pogues? Excellent. Thanks to John for the monologue. That was lovely. Give him a round of applause, folks. The man wins awards and everything. And the Reverend Father Ted on sound. Give him a big round of applause, folks. This is the very first song that people would have heard by the Pogues, because it's the first opening track off of their great album, Red Roses for Me. It's called Transmetropolitan. It's about some troublemakers in London. In the rosy parks of England, we'll sit and have a drink of beefy wine and cider till we can hardly think. And we'll go where the spirits take us, to heaven or to hell. And we'll kick the bloody murder in the town I love so well. Going Transmetropolitan. From Surrey stop to Somers Hill with a KMRIA. Going Transmetropolitan. We'll drink the rafters, kick the shite. I'm not going home tonight. Brixton's lovely boulevards, the Hammersmith sightly shores. We'll scare the Camden Palace scum and worry all the whores. There's living up in Whitehall, there's these in the DLC. And when we've done those bastards in, we'll storm the BBC. Going Transmetropolitan. From Surrey stop to Somers Hill with a KMRIA. Going Transmetropolitan. We'll drink the raspers, kick the shite. I'm not going home tonight. Reply Bob Batty, Somers filled with Soho sex shop dream. From a Friday at Voltero's to a Toke or road ice cream. We'll spew and lurch, get nicked and kicked on the way we'll kill and maim. When you haven't got a penny, boys, it's all the bloody same. Going Transmetropolitan. From Somerset Hill with a Sunday with a KMRIA. Going Transmetropolitan. We'll drink the rafters, kick the shite. I'm not going home tonight. This town has done us dirty. This town has bled us dry. We've been here for a long time and we'll be here till we die. And to finish off the leaving of blood and puke and beer, we'll burn this bloody city down every summer of the year. Going Transmetropolitan. From Marlington House with a two-bob bit to the Summer Shores today. Going Transmetropolitan. We'll drink the raspers, kick the shite. I'm not going home tonight. Thank you very much, folks. Transmetropolitan. And you don't have to be so quiet. You could sing along and yell along and clap along if you like. Happy St. Patrick's Day, folks. Here's one called The Boys from the County Hell. On the first day of March, it was raining. Raining worse than anything that I had ever seen. I drank 10 pints of beer and I cursed all the people there. I wish that all this raining would stop falling down on me. And it's lending me 10 pounds and I'll buy you a drink. And mother wake me early in the morning. At the time I was working for a landlord, and he was the meanest bastard that you had ever seen. And to lose a single penny would grieve him awful sore. He was a Metropolitan and a bitchin' bastard's whore. Well, it's lending me 10 pounds, I'll buy you a drink. And mother wake me early in the morning. I recall we took care of him one Sunday. We dragged him out the back, there we broke his fucking balls. Maybe that was dreaming, or maybe that was real. Alls I know is I left the place a penny or fuck all. Well, it's lending me 10 pounds, I'll buy you a drink. And mother wake me early in the morning. Well, now the most charming of verandas, and sit and watch the junkies, the drunks, the pimps, the whores. 5 green bottles are laying on the floor. I wish to Christ that I had 15 more. Well, it's lending me 10 pounds, I'll buy you a drink. And mother wake me early in the morning. Yeah. And it's lending me 10 pounds and I'll buy you a drink. And mother wake me early in the morning. The boys and me are drunk and looking for you. Well, eat your friggin' entrails, we won't give a damn. My father wants a blue shirt and my mother a madam. My brother earned his medals in Me Lai in Vietnam. Lend me 10 pounds and I'll buy you a drink. And mother wake me early in the morning. On the last day of March was still raining. Raining worse than anything that I had ever seen. Stay on your side of the road, you can never tell. With the thirst of a band of devils, we're the boys from the county hell. Lend me 10 pounds, I'll buy you a drink. And mother wake me early in the morning. And it's lending me 10 pounds and I'll buy you a drink. And mother wake me early in the morning. And it's lending me 10 pounds and I'll buy you a drink. And mother wake me early in the morning. The boys from the county hell, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you very much. Just a tad little more vocals in here, Ted. Just a tad. Thank you. Okay, and this is the song that the Pogues used to open up many of their shows. It's called Streams of Whiskey. And this was Shane MacGowan's ode to the great Irish poet Brendan Behan. And he has a dream where he meets Brendan Behan, and he asks this poet for advice on life. And if you know Brendan Behan, you know that's not a good thing to ask. So here it is, folks, Streams of Whiskey. Sing along. I see some people singing along. Very nice. Clap along, folks. Come on. That's it. Last night as I slept, I dreamt I met with Behan. I shook him by the hand, then went past the time of day. When questioned on his views on the crux of life's philosophies, he had these very few, yet simple words to say. Streams of Whiskey, ladies and gentlemen, by Shane McGowan. Thank you. Now, Shane McGowan and the Pogues, they also played a lot of English songs, actually, and a lot of Scottish songs as well. And although it's St. Patrick's Day and all that, and most of these songs are written by Shane McGowan, some of them are traditional tunes. This one's an old English traditional song from the 1700s, which was an interesting choice for a band of London Irish punks to pick up, actually. An old sea ballad from the 1700s, very interesting. And they performed this one right to the, well, they're still playing now without Shane. They certainly will keep performing this one forever until they stop. This one's called the Greenland Whale Fishery. In 1846, on March the 18th day, we hoisted our colors to the top of the mast, and for Greenland sailed away, brave boys, and for Greenland sailed away. The watchman on the cross trees he stood, spyglass in his hand. There's a whale, and a whale fish he cries, and she blows at every span, brave boys, and she blows at every span. Hey! The captain stood on the quarter deck, the ice was in his eye. Overhaul, let your jib sheets fall, and you'll put your boats to sea, brave boys, and you'll put your boats to sea. Well, the harpoon struck and the line played out with a single flourish of her tail. She capsized the boat, we lost 5 men, and we did not catch the whale, brave boys, and we did not catch the whale. Well, the losing of those 5 jolly men, it grieved the captain sore. But the losing of that fine whale fish, well, it grieved him 10 times more, brave boys, and it grieved him 10 times more. Hey, well, Greenland is a barren land, a land that bears no green, where there's ice and snow and the pale fishes grow, and the daylight seldom seen, brave boys, and the daylight seldom seen. Yeah! The Greenland Whale Fishery. Thank you. Shane McGowan described this next song. People asked what the song was about. It's called Pair of Brown Eyes. It's a very beautiful song. And he said it's about when you're having a bad day. And in this case, the person's lost a loved one. And they're at the pub and they're just trying to have a time with themselves to remember their friend. And then he said, and some old git comes up and starts chewing off your ear about their hard life and all their life stories. And at first, he can't stand him. He wants him to leave. But at the end, he realizes that they both feel pain and they have something in common. This one's called A Pair of Brown Eyes. One summer evening, drunk to hell, I sat there nearly lifeless. An old man in the corner sang where the water lilies grow. And on the jukebox, Johnny sang about a thing called love. And it's how you kid and what's your name and how'd you bloody know. And blood and death 'neath the screaming sky, I lay was the end of the song. Thanks. Thank you. Okay, let's do an instrumental song, one of the famous ones that the Pogues did called The Repeal of the Licensing Laws. Now, although Spider Stacy, the tin whistler, took credit for this tune, it's actually an old traditional tune. So clap along, folks. It's been too quiet so far. You ready? Here we go, The Repeal of the Licensing Laws. Licensing laws. Maddie and Brianna are going to sing this next song. This is off of Rum Sodomy and the Lash, their second album. And it's called A Man You Don't Meet Every Day. And it's an old Scottish tune. So please give Brianna Kennedy and Madeline Townley a round of applause, please, folks. Thank you.
My name is Jock Stewart. I'm a
the talented Brianna Kennedy, Man You Don't Meet Every Day, old Scottish trad song that the Pogues did on Rum Sodomy and the Lash. Thank you. Interestingly, they did this song on Rum Sodomy and the Lash as well. It's called Dirty Old Town. And whenever we perform this song, everyone thinks it's a Pogue song, but it's not. It's an Ewan MacColl song. Ewan MacColl was one of the greatest folk writers in the late 20th century. He lived in north of England in a town called Salford. And his family was Scottish, and he wrote many great songs. First Time I Ever Saw Your Face is one of his most famous ones. And of course, Dirty Old Town is probably the most famous because the Pogues picked it up. And it became a very popular tune. And so this is about Salford, the town he grew up in. So I hope you enjoy it. It was written as a song originally to go in between set changes in a play that Ewan MacColl wrote. And the very first recording was Ewan MacColl and Peggy Seeger singing it. And it's a really lovely little tune. And then it was picked up by the great Luke Kelly of the Dubliners. And he changed the vibe of it into sort of a hard-style ballad. And that's the style that Shane McGowan picked up as well. So here it is, folks, Dirty Old Town. Ewan McCall's Dirty Old Town. Thank you. Later on in the late 80s, the Pogues teamed up with their big heroes, the Dubliners, and they put out some songs together. And they put out this one together. It's called The Rare Old Mountain Dew. It's a great old classic Irish song from the west of Ireland. It's about Irish moonshine, or poitín it's called. And Ronnie Drew and Shane sang this together. Ronnie Drew is the great ballad singer from the Dubliners. And so, we'll dedicate this one to Jess. This was The Rare Old Mountain Dew. Oh, let the grasses grow and the waters flow in a free and easy way, but give me enough of the rare old stuff that's made near Galway Bay. Come gougers all from Donegal, Sligo and Leitrim too. We'll give them a slip and we'll take a sip of the rare old mountain dew. Hey, skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle doo dum day. Skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle doo dum day. At the foot of the hills is a neat little hill where the smoke curls up to the sky. By the whiff of the smell you can tell right well there's watching boys nearby. Well, it fills the air with a perfume rare betwixt both me and you. As home we roll, we can drink a bowl or a bucket full of Mountain Dew. Hey, skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle doo dum day. Skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle doo dum day. Hey! That's it, folks. Now learned men as use the pen have writ the praises high of sweet poitín from Ireland green, still from wheat and rye. Go away with your pails, it'll clear all ills, be you pagan, Christian or Jew. Take off your coat and grease your throat with a bucket full of Mountain Dew. Hey, skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle doo dum day. Skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle doo dum day. Let the grasses grow and the waters flow in a free and easy way, but give me enough of the rare old stuff that's made near Galway Bay. Come gougers all from Donegal, Sligo and Leitrim too. We'll give them a slip and we'll take a sip of the rare old Mountain Dew. Hey, skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle doo dum day. Skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle doo dum day. Skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle doo dum day. Skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle dum, skittle yaddle diddle doo dum day. The rare old Mountain Dew. Woo! Lovely to hear you clapping along there. Thank you. Here's one called Sally MacLennane, one of the great Pogue songs off of Rum Sodomy and the Lash. This is about a fellow who's watching his community change as he grows older and he's working at the pub. Sally MacLennane. Well, Jimmy played harmonica in the pub where I was born. He played it from the nighttime to the peaceful early morn. He soothed the souls of psychos and the men who had the horn, and they all looked very happy in the morning. But Jimmy didn't like his place in this world of ours, where the elephant man broke strong and back, he had too many powers. I'm sad to see the grieving of the people that I'm leaving. He took the road to God knows in the morning. We walked him to the station in the rain. We kissed him as we put him on the train. Yeah, we sang him a song, times long gone, though we knew that we'd be seeing him again. Let's go! Sad to say, I must be going away, so buy me beer and whiskey, cause I'm going far away, far away. And blink of David's burning one again, to the greatest little boozer, back to Sally MacLennane. The years passed by, the times had changed, I learned to be a man. I learned to love the virtues of sweet Sally MacLennane. I drank the beers, took the jeers, crawled back home at dawn, and ended up a barman in the morning. I played the pump, I took the hump, I watered whiskey down. I talked to whores and horses, to the men who drank the brown. I heard them say that Jimmy's making money far away. Some people left for heaven without warning. We walked them to the station in the rain. kissed him as we put him on the train. Yeah, we sang him a song, times long gone, though we knew that we'd be seeing him again. Ho, ho, ho. Sad to say, I must be going away, so buy me beer and whiskey, cause I'm going far away. Like to think I'll be returning when I can to the greatest little boozer, back to Sally MacLennane. When Jimmy came back home, he was surprised that they had gone. He asked me all the details on the train that they went on. Some people there afraid to croak, while Jimmy drank until he choked and took the road to heaven in the morning. We walked into the station in the rain. We kissed him as we put him on the train. Yeah, we sang him a song, times long gone, though we knew that we'd be seeing him again. Sad to say, I must be going away, so buy me beer and whiskey, cause I'm going far away. Like to think I'll be returning when I can to the greatest little boozer, back to Sally MacLennane. Thank you. Thank you very much. Here's another traditional song the Pogues did, and they did it on the Red Roses for Me album, and they did a great video of it too. If they play it very, very fast, it's quite insanely fast actually. It's an old traditional song. It's called the Waxy's Dargle. Bands like Clancy Brothers would play this song, and also Sweeney's Men, lesser known Irish band with Andy Irvin, and also one of the later members of the Pogues, Terry Woods. They played in Sweeney's Men together before Planksty, and they did this one as well, the Waxy's Dargle. And it's very possible that that's where Shane McGowan heard this song first and brought it into the repertoire. And so this also has a folk instrument in it that Brianna's going to play, and it is a cookie sheet. Yes, this is about as folk as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. You too can play the cookie sheet, and she's going to demonstrate how to do it in this great song, Waxy's Dargle. Now, Maddie, what was the Waxy's Dargle?
Well, the Waxy's Dargle was sort of like the discount holiday spot. Dargle was the fancy beach in Dublin, and the Waxys were the poor candle makers. So the Waxy's Dargle was the poor people's beach, but these two poor old women, they can't even scrape together enough shillings to go to the Waxy's Dargle. So this is their story.
The Waxy's Dargle. This will be our last song for this set. Don't go away, we got another one for you. Says my oh one to your oh one, will you come to the Waxy's Dargle? Says your oh one to my oh one, I haven't got a farthing. I've been up to Montrose down to see Uncle McNardle, but he wouldn't give me half a boffer to go to the Waxy's Dargle. Will you have a pint? I'll have a pint with you, sir. And if one of you doesn't order, she'll be kicked out of the booze, sir. Suspenders. Will you have a pint? Have a pint with you, sir. And if one of you doesn't order, she'll be kicked out of the booze, sir. Says my oh one to your oh one, we have no beef or mutton, but if we go up to Monto Town, might get a drink for nothing. Here's a nice piece of advice I got from an old fishmonger. When food is scarce and you see the hearse, well you know you've died of hunger. What do you have? Will you have a pint? I'll have a pint with you, sir. And if one of you doesn't order, she'll be kicked out of the booze, sir. She'll be chucked out of the booze, sir. Thank you. We'll be right back, folks. Don't go away with the Hounds of Cuchulain. Thank you. Well, I should say we do have merch over there if you're interested in a t-shirt or whatever. It all supports the band and goes into our band fund. We'll be right back. Cheers.
it won't. The reason we fight is not to defeat, but to heal, but to heal. Both sides, both sides. We're standing firm, swaying at the roots with fortitude. Gather round, stand your ground. Got the gathering stone, meant to wash away, wash away. Gather round, stand your ground. We are the gathering stone, meant to wash away, wash away. Warning signs been ringing quite a while. I combat my tears for the coming generations, inheriting sickness and fear. But love is resilience, is our abundance. Resilient is our abundance. Resilient, abundance. Gather round, stand your ground. We are the gathering stone, coming to wash away, wash away. Gather round, stand your ground. We are the gathering stone, coming to your side. Feel you standing by mine, joining forces for the love, for the light, for peace, for human rights, for earth rights. I give thanks for the times we're living in, for the chance to stand by your side. Feel you stand in my mind, joining forces for the love, for the light, for peace, for human rights, for the love, for the light, for peace, for human rights, for earth rights, for peace, for human rights. Love is our resilience, our abundance. Love is our resilience, our abundance. That's when I thought about you. I don't know where I'm going, where I've been, but it's alright. I know I'll see you again. See you again. One is one and two is two. That's how I know that I can count on you. Sometimes I go out of my mind, and a friend is hard to find. I don't know where I'm going, or where I've been, but it's alright. I know I'll see you again. Wonder where you are today. Wonder what it is you'd say. And if I saw you on the street and stopped you in your tracks and told you what you meant to me. I don't know where I'm going, or where I've been, but it's alright. Ooh yeah, yes it's alright. It's alright. I know I'll see you again. 'Cause it's alright. Yes, it's alright. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's gonna work out fine. Everything's gonna work out fine. Yes, you know it will. 'Cause it's alright. Yes, it's alright. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's gonna work out fine. Everything's gonna work out fine. Yes, you know it will. 'Cause it's alright. Ooh yeah, yes it's alright. It's alright. I know we'll see you again.
Cause I don't know why you still even try. It seems to me that you think I'm just one big lie. Let it all go from my mind. It seems to me that you're wasting all my time. So stick with me and you will find a little meaning for your own life. Why is it all part of my design? I don't know why you still even try. It seems to me that you think I'm just one big lie. Kiss my judgment all of the time. Why are these things all part of our design? Stick with me and you will find a little meaning for your own life. Why is it all part of our design?
Well, everybody, knock, knock. Yahoo! Glad to see you're having a good time. That's one of the many jokes I'll be telling this summer. Get used to it. Now, I got another one, but I'm going to wait a minute. But I got to let you know, for those who don't know, now you actually get to see it. There it is, the King Charles III Coronation Medal. It's not something you strive to achieve. It's just something that comes along the way that gets given to you and it knocks you on your feet and makes you humble as hell. But you know what? I really appreciate getting it. I just want to inform everybody that I now go by the name Lord Jebediah John. But it's not going to my head, and don't worry, I can make a larger headband if that happens. Now, what you got to know is I was at the ceremony, and everyone was allowed to have 5 people, right? So I brought 12. Well, 11 to be exact. And they were all part of my life since I've been in Duncan. And it was very cool. And I got to shake hands. I received the award. I received a little booklet that goes with it. I shake hands with Alistair. And then it's time to go sit down. They got photos of that, too. So I take a step forward, and all of a sudden I go into my coat pocket, and I go, I'd like to thank the Academy. I want to thank God. I want to thank my family, my wife, and all those other people. Oh, sorry, wrong awards. And I walked off stage. Brought a bit of levity to that thing, I'll tell you. Which was good, you know, and there were 15 other people in the community in our constituency that received that award, and it's all for very good things that they do. One of the nice things for us is that it was about the arts. And that sort of gives us the recognition for being outside the box. But all the people who did receive did admirable things in our community. And so I'm sure glad that someone along the line thought to congratulate 30,000 Canadians. Me and 29,999 other people. But you know, the odds are pretty good when you think about, 46 million or whatever. So anyway, I told this last night, and I'm going to do it again because I won't be able to do this at the festival, okay? It's a Friday night, guys coming home from work. Stops off the drugstore to pick up a few items. And while he's there, he goes by the clearance bin, and that's when he happens to notice there's this big box of Olympic condoms on sale for half price. Well, the Olympics are over, they're getting rid of them. So, half price, he grabs them, he's really excited, gets home to his wife and says, dear, look at this. 3 colors, half price, look at the size of the box. He says, I'm going to head off into the shower and get all cleaned up. I'll meet you in the bedroom in half an hour. And you know what, sweetheart? I'm going to put on the gold one. Ooh. She kind of looks at him with those eyes of hers and goes, oh, honey, why don't you put on the silver and come second? Oh, my God. You can understand why I might not tell that one in a family situation, but I think we're all adults here. Aren't these guys? That's 9 people on stage. Big hand for Dr. Ted Cadillac for making it sound as good as... Sorry, the Reverend Dr. Ted Cadillac. While we were at Folk Alliance, Lynn Miles introduced him and gave a big thanks out to the Reverend Doctor. So now he's doing weddings and funerals. If you need him, let him know. But right now, these guys are going to be at the 39 Days of July, July 4th. Mark that in your calendars. Tell your friends. You'll be able to dance there. It'll be a lot more fun doing that. But right now, I don't know about you, but again, that whole Irish thing, when you hear the lyrics and you see that the energy that comes out of all those instruments working together to produce something that just it's a healing agent as far as I'm concerned. And most Irish I know, no, I won't. Well, most of them are drunk. No, I'm just joking. But the Irish have gone through all that problem that they did, and so did some of the Scots, too. So anything that's Celtic has got that sense of hope about it. So let's get some more hope on stage and welcome them back, please. With a big round of applause, the Hounds of Cuchulain.
Keep clapping, they're almost all here. Oh, you can stop when the drummer comes. Just kidding. Caleb Beltneck on the drums, folks. Give him a round of applause. And I'll introduce the people to you one more time. Dexter Simpson on Irish tenor banjo, folks. Craig Frew, he's originally from Scotland. He's over there on the accordion. And we have Ben Garrison on mandolin. Madeline Townley on tin whistle and vocals and Irish lever harp. We have Jeff Feltmate, originally from Nova Scotia, on fiddle. That is a fiddle. And he plays the baran as well. That's the Irish drum. And then we have Brianna Kennedy on the fiddle and vocals. The formidable Theo Waite on the double bass. And myself, Wolf Everts, on vocals and guitar. Thank you very much. Thanks to Lord Jevity John. And we're going to start off here with the title track of the Pogues' last great album, If I Should Fall from Grace with God. You guys ready for it? Okay. Fell off. And here we go. Hit it hard. I Should Fall from Grace with God. Thank you. Okay, here's a classic, lovely Pogues tune that, of course, we have to play. This was called The Sick Bed of Cuchulainn. This one's about Frank Ryan, one of the great Irish rebels. Jar of punch below your feet and an angel at your head. There's devils on each side of you with bottles in their hands. You'll need one more drop of poison and you'll dream of foreign lands. 1, 2, 3. When you pissed yourself in Frankfurt and got sipped down in Cologne, and you heard the rattling death rings as you lay there all alone. Frank Ryan brought you whiskey and a brothel in Madrid, and you kicked some fucking black shirt who was cursing all the yids. The sick bed of Cuchulain will kneel around and pray, and mine is heaven, and Billy's down by the day. Glad in a Euston tavern, you screamed it was her shout, but you wouldn't give you service, so you kicked the windows out. They took you out into the streets, kicked you in the brains, so you went back through that bolted door, did it all again. The sick bed of Cuchulain will kneel and say a prayer. There's a rattling at the door, the devil's in the chair. Yeah! You remember that foul evening when you heard the banshees howl? There was lazy, drunken bastards singing pity in the bowl. They took you out to midnight mass, left you in the lurch. So you dropped the button on the plate and spewed up in the church. While you sang a song of liberty for Clinton, Tax, and Johns. They'll take you from the dump you're in and put you in a box. They'll take you to the prayer, shove you in the ground. You stick your bed back out and show we'll have another round. The sick bed of Cuchulain will kneel around and pray, and God is in his heaven while Billy's down by the bay. Yeah! Sick bed of Cuchulain. Thank you. That's the title track of the show. We called it Paddy Rolling Stone, and this is a song that Shane wrote when he was with the band after the Pogues, and that was called The Popes. And he put out two great records. One is called The Snake, and the other one is The Crock of Gold. And so here it is, folks. This is a song that's actually, I think it's sort of autobiographical, actually, about Shane McGowan's addictions and all of this. Paddy Rolling Stone. I hope you enjoy it. Was on the 23rd of June as I lay blasted in my room. A small bird sat on an ivy bush, and the song he sang was a jug of punch. Turaloo, turaloo, folks. Bet you didn't expect to hear that one. Paddy Rolling Stone, Shane MacGowan. Here's a really beautiful song. This one's about a breakup, but it's got all sorts of allusions to his home, Shane MacGowan's home in Tipperary, by the River Shannon. And that's also where the Clancy brothers were from, and also Christy Moore as well. So there's a lot of music from that area, and Shane MacGowan's part of that tradition. This one's called The Broad Majestic Shannon, off of If I Should Fall from Grace with God. And this has Jeff on the fiddle with Brianna, and also Madeline Townley and the Irish lever harp. Give them a round of applause, please.
On Sunday and tears in her cheeks, you sang me a song as clear as the breeze on the road leading up to Glenavey. I sat for a while by the cross at Finial, where young lovers would meet when the flowers were in bloom. With the men coming home from the fair in Sharon, their hearts in Tipperary, wherever they go. Take my hand and dry your tears, babe. Take my
Majestic Shannon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Good catch. Good catch. Okay, here's one featuring our accordion player, Craig Frew, and this one's called the Dingle Regatta, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause for him, please. Clap along. Regatta. Thank you. Craig Frew on accordion. Here's one that Shane learned from his mother. Shane and his mother were very close to each other. And I don't know, if you haven't seen it, I do highly recommend the Johnny Depp production called The Crock of Gold. It's about Shane MacGowan's life. And it's very, very illuminating and very interesting. And it says a lot about why he wrote the songs he wrote and why he was so addled with drugs and troubled in all of this. So it's a really good, it's a really great movie, actually. So I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. Anybody here seen Crock of Gold? Yeah, nobody. So if there's anybody who's a Shane MacGowan fan or a Pogues fan, it's a must-see. It's very good. It came out during COVID, so it completely failed. But, of course, you can get it online still, and it's a lovely, lovely movie. And anyways, it has his mom singing this song. It's called Kitty, and the song is about a Fenian soldier who's running from the police, probably the RIRC or something. And so he's saying goodbye to the person he loves. This one's called Kitty. I hope you enjoy it. That the doom will be mine if I stay. It's far better to part, though it's hard to, than to rot in their prison away. It's far better to part, though it's hard to, than to rot in their prison. So softly he then kissed her pale lips. Was the same story over and over. Hush, ma Vernon, the police are watching, and you know that I must go a store. Hush, ma Vernon, the police are watching, and you know that I must go a store. Thank you very much, folks. Kitty, for Shane MacGowan's mum. This is
is one Shane McGowan would always say. This one's for all the romantics in the audience. This one's called The Rainy Night in Soho. This is about him meeting Victoria Clark, the woman he spent most of his life with, and she was kind of his caregiver, actually. and she's a lovely person, and she even did a book of interviews with Shane McGowan, and it's very illuminating, very interesting. So we'll dedicate this one to Victoria Clark. It's called The Rainy Night in Soho. Shane McGowan classic, Rainy Night in Soho. Thank you. And then we'll go full circle here back to Red Roses for me. And we're going to do a great song called The Dark Streets of London. And this is Shane's song about his life as an immigrant in London and the troubles they went through with his mother. She became addicted to drugs, and Shane was all messed up, and they ended up giving him ECT, which is electroshock therapy. Now, if there's anybody here who is a Townes Van Zandt fan, yes, the great country star. The reason I bring him up here is because he also had to go through ECT. And what ECT does is it erases a lot of memories. And if you follow those two characters, those two great musicians, they had a lot of similar problems, and they were their own worst enemies when it came to their career. And they were obsessed with memory because ECT erases memories, and so they're always struggling to hold on to these memories. That's why a lot of their songs are about nostalgia and memory. It's very interesting. And this song is about that experience and how he became introduced to the punk rock scene, which accepted him in a place where he felt very alien as an Irishman in London at the time. Here is The Dark Streets of London. I like to walk in the summer breeze down Darling Road by the dead old trees and drink with my friends at the Hammersmith Broadway. They're dirty, delightful, and drunken old days. And the winter came down and I loved it so dearly. The pubs and the bookies where you'd spend all your time, and the old men that were singing when the roses bloom again and turn like the leaves to a new summertime. Then the winter comes down and I can't stand the chill that comes through the streets around Christmas time. I'm buggered to damnation and I haven't got a penny to wander the dark streets of London. That's it. And every time that I look on, the first day of summer takes me back to the place where they gave me ECT. And the drugged up psychos with death in their eyes, and how all of this really means nothing to me. Then the winter comes down and I can't stand the chill that comes to the streets around Christmas time. I'm buggered to damnation and I haven't got a penny to wander the dark streets of London. And every time that I look on, the first day of summer takes me back to the place where they gave me ECT. The drugged up psychos with death in their eyes, and how all of this really means nothing to me. Then the winter comes down and I can't stand the chill that comes to the streets around Christmas time. I'm buggered to damnation and I haven't got a penny to wander the dark streets of London. To wander the dark streets of London. To wander the dark streets of London. Yay! The Dark Streets of London, ladies and gentlemen. Early McGowan classic. Thank you. And we're going to ask Brianna to play that lovely folk instrument one more time. And we usually have a couple of them invite someone up, but I think the other one's still in the bus or something. Otherwise, I'd invite one of you guys up to play it. Interestingly, we had a fella coming up here and doing it when we first did the Pokes tribute in Victoria. And yeah, it was pretty watching the video because he like really got into it. And he was like pretty much beating himself to a pulp with the bloody thing. It's and he loved it. So like we were like, man, hope we have insurance. And then we finish and everything, and then he sees we're doing it again, and I get a letter from him. He's like, I've been practicing. I'll be at the next show with my friends. So that should be interesting. That's tomorrow's show. So. Hope he survives. This one here is a lovely tune called The Battle of Brisbane. Very interesting choices the Pogues chose for their instrumentals. It's almost like they were mocking the sort of like trad purists or something like that with their own really kind of gaudy way of doing the tunes, and the weird ones they chose, which are sort of like circusy sounding, you know, and they're quite humorous actually. The Battle of Brisbane's one of them. Is this a march? I think it's a march or something. Isn't that what is it? Yeah, we think it's a march. And so Battle of Brisbane featuring Brianna Kenny on the cookie sheet. Here we go. You guys ready for it? All right, let's hear more enthusiasm. You guys ready for it? Lovely. For participating, folks. Lovely. Phew. The Irish have a great tradition of participation with the audience, you know, and getting everybody involved. And you guys are lovely for that. Okay, we're going to do a song here called Whiskey, You're the Devil. So kind of self-explanatory. This is a classic Irish tune. And Shane would have heard the Clancy brothers doing this. Clancy brothers were big heroes of his. In fact, the earlier song that we performed, the broad Majestic Shannon, was written for the Clancy brothers. But the Pogues being who the Pogues were, inventing Celtic rock, I don't think the Clancy brothers were very impressed. And so they didn't play it. They refused to play it, which was kind of lame of them, I think. However, when Liam Clancy played his very last concert before he died, he played the Broad Majestic Shannon. And he also recorded it on an album. So they came around, and it's a very cool story, actually. And the best version of Whiskey, You're the Devil is still the Clancy brothers, for sure. But the Pogues did a great job of it on Red Roses for me. So here we're going to play it for you folks, Whiskey, You're the Devil. And this also has some participation in it. There's a part where we all go, hey, and you guys got to join us. You want to try it right now? Hey. 1, 2, 3, 4, hey! Let's do it again.
Fist too.
Oh, yeah, with the fist, too. So we know you're doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, hey! That is good. And that would be nice to get on video.
So what are those lyrics again?
Who was that? Who was that? God?
That's me, yeah.
The
Reverend.
Lord Jevity?
Yeah.
And that was the Reverend Dr. Ted. Pardon me. Excuse me, sir. Don't. Oh, yeah. You do. That's it. Are you joining us? Brilliant, sir. There's some people watching on live stream too, so I hope I hope there's something that captures the audience.
There's someone from Australia, and there's someone from. Now get this. There's someone watching from Diego Garcia, which is the most remote place we've ever had a watcher from. It's east of Africa and south of India, in the middle of the ocean. It's a British territory called Diego Garcia, and there's a guy rocking out right there watching you right now. So there you
The
go.
man from Diego Garcia. We'll dedicate this to them. And the person from Australia. Hello. We're the Hounds of Cuchulain. Here's Whiskey, You're the Devil. Bring it in, Maddie. Well, now great boys, we're on the march. We're off the Portugal and Spain. Drums are beating, banners flying. The devil at home will come tonight. All fare thee well. With me to the radu la la la. With me to the radu la la la. Right foot to a laddie, oh, there's whiskey in the jar. Hey, whiskey, you're the devil. You're leading me astray. On the hills and mountains and to America. You're sweeter, stronger, decenter. You're spunkier than tea. Oh, whiskey, you're my darling, drunk or sober. Well, the French are fighting boldly and dying hot and coldly. It's every man his flask of powder and furlock on his shoulder. Oh, fairly well. Diddly-ah-doo, la-la-la, with me, diddly-ah-doo, la-la-la. Right foot to a laddie, oh, there's whiskey in the jar. Hey, whiskey, you're the devil, you're leading me astray. On the hills and mountains and to America. You're sweeter, stronger, decenter, you're spunkier than tea. Whiskey, you're my darling, drunk or sober. Yow! Hey, whiskey, you're the devil, leading me astray. Over the hills and mountains and to America. You're sweeter, stronger, decenter, you're spunkier than tea. Oh, whiskey, you're my darling, drunk or sober. Says a mother, do not wrong me, don't take me, daughter, from me. For if you do, I will torment you, and after death me ghost will haunt you. Love, very well. Diddly-ah-doo-la-la, with me, diddly-ah-doo-la-la. Right foot to a laddie, oh, there's whiskey in the jar. Hey, whiskey, you're the devil, leading me astray. Over the hills and mountains and to America. You're sweeter, stronger, decenter, you're spunkier than tea. Whiskey, you're my darling, drunk or sober. Thank you very much, folks. You did a lovely job. Very good. The last tune we're doing here is called the Irish Rover. And this is a great tune to play on St. Patrick's Day. And the Dubliners teamed up with the Pogues for this song in 1990, I believe, and it became a hit in the UK, which is very surprising for an Irish folk song. This was a broadside, actually, so it was played in the Irish dance halls of London, and it's from the 1800s. It's a very good song. It's a comedic song, and as close as the Irish get to a Mariner song. Here we go. The Irish Rover. Oh, and this has some participation in it, too. There's a part where you have to roll on a table or something, but here you have to use your feet or your laps. Like a drum, like this. That sounds cool. Excellent. You guys are ready. It's got a nice, cool, warm hum to it. I like it. Here is the Irish Rover. On the 1st of July, 1806, we set sail for the sweet Cobb of Cork. We were sailing away with a cargo of bricks for the Grand City Hall in New York. It was a wonderful craft, rigged fore and aft, and oh, how the wild wind drove her. She stood several blasts, she had 27 masts. They called her the Irish Rover. We had 1 million bags of the best Slango rigs. We had 2 million barrels of stone. We had 3 million sides of old blind horses' hides. with skill for each sparkling quadrille, though the dancers were fluttered and bet. And with his smart, witty talk, he was cock of the walk. He rolled the dames under and over. Well, he knew at a glance when he took up his stance that he sailed with the Irish Rover. We had sailed 7 years and the measles broke out. The ship lost its way in the fog, and that whale of a crew was reduced just to two, myself and the captain's old dog. Well, the ship struck a rock. Oh Lord, what a shock! The bulkhead was turned right over. Are you guys ready? It turned 9 times around. And the poor old dog was drowned. Now I'm the last of the Irish Rover. Hey, hup, 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 hup. Thank you very much, folks. The Irish Rover. We're the Hounds of Cuchulain. Thanks for joining us on this Pogues tribute. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Cheers. You guys want one more? Thank you very much, folks. Lovely. Thank you. We're going to do Fairytale of New York. I usually save this one. We start learning it again in November, and we play it all through December. But as it's a Pogues tribute, and you must play the classic songs, this is definitely probably the most famous Pogues song ever written. It's a beautiful tune. It's got some gnarly lyrics in it, and it's not lyrics that we agree with. It's Shane MacGowan said it quite succinctly. He said, "This is a song about people being bad to each other. It's not about people being nice." And so he didn't change the lyrics, and we're not going to either. We're not going to censor them because, unfortunately, people do say these nasty things to each other. And so it's a lesson, actually. So I hope you enjoy it, folks. Fairytale of New York. Thank you. Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank, an old man said to me, "Won't see another one." And then he sang a song, the rare old Mountain Dew. I turned my face away and dreamed about you. Got on a lucky one, came at 18 to 1. I've got a feeling this year's for me and you. So happy Christmas, I love you, baby. I can see a better time when all our dreams come true.
Broadway
chorus with us. I could have been someone. I kept them with me, babe. I put them with my own. Can't make it all alone. I built my dreams around you. And the boys of the NYPD choir were singing Galway Bay, and the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day. Thank you very much, folks. The Fairytale of New York. Thank you. We'll do one more for you. Gotta clap along hard on this one. This one's a great tune. It's called Poor Paddy on the Rails, and they did a lovely version of this on the Red Roses for Me album. I hope you enjoy it. In 1841, my corduroy breeches I put on. My corduroy breeches I put on to work upon the railway. The railway. I'm a-weary of the railway. Poor Paddy works on the railway. In 1842, when Dargle moved the crew and got myself a job to do, working on the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway. In 1843, I broke my shovel across my knee, then went to work for the company on the Leeds and Selby Railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway. In 1844, I landed on the Liverpool shore. You're supposed to be rolling along with us here, folks. Roll along with us. Drum, use your feet. My belly was empty, my hands were worn with working on the railway. The railway. I'm a-weary of the railway. Poor Paddy works on the railway. In 1845, when Danny O'Donnell, he was alive, and Danny O'Donnell, he was alive and working on the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway. In 1846, I changed my trade from carrying bricks, to working on the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway. In 1847, poor Paddy was thinking of going to heaven. Poor Paddy was thinking of going to heaven to work upon the railway. The railway. I'm a-weary of the railway. Poor Paddy works on the railway. I Hounds of Cuchulain. Cheers. Thank you. Come see us again, and we'll talk to you at the merch table, whatever. Thank you very much. Lovely to see you standing. Oh, thanks to Longevity, Lord Longevity John, and his Reverend Ted. Thank you very much, folks. Lovely audience. Cheers.
Pretty bird, and she walks and she flies. She never has sung to birthday of July. Jack of diamonds, I've known you for long. You have poor pockets of silver and of gold. So I can in my bed, she go rolling by. Oh, Cuchulain, she's a pretty bird. She warbles and she flies. She never has sung a song to bird.